Yeah. Bakery. Hey. Hey. Bakery opened 1983. Grandmother's recipe to only feed. She charged with showing up at 4 a.m. and caring about the bread the same way that she had cared about it always. Said the dough knows if you're absent always. Of attention every batch requiring something honest, something not for hiring. Grandson took it over 2016. Grandmother 89 had seen everything the neighborhood had changed through. Said the bakery has to change too, but the bread stays the same. The recipe doesn't move for anyone, said he. Understood completely, watched her write it one more time in careful hand despite the harmonica plays before 4 a.m. mornings. Grandmother's recipe without warning is written one last time for the grandson. Every measurement a lesson, not just flour, water, yeast and timing, but the attention and the climbing out of bed when comfort pulls you backwards. Bread requires the forward, not the backwards. Neighborhood gentrified around him. Every chain and franchise found him interesting enough to offer grandmother's location for a proper. Some that would've ended everything she built since 83, the stain of the offer. Real grandson declined it. Said some things aren't for sale, you'll find it. Yeah. Grandmother called from the care home weekly, asked about the bread, said discreetly that she could still smell it sometimes morning. But for somewhere, she said without warning, it just arrives and then it's gone. She said, that's how I know you're doing it right. Said, the bread travels further than you think now. Every loaf is somewhere that you link now. Harmonica plays for 4 a.m. mornings. Grandmother recipe without warnings, written one last time for the grandson. Every measurement a lesson, not just flour, water, yeast and timing, but the attention and the climbing out of bed when comfort pulls you backward. Bread requires the forward, not the backward. Grandmother passed last February. Bakery still opens at 4 a.m. Same recipe, same attention. She said the bread travels further than you think. She was right. It does. Some mornings the smell finds him too. Doesn't know where it comes from. Thinks he does. Yeah. 63 years old, first marathon finish line. Daughter running next to me, the whole design. The day was hers, she registered us both. Said, Dad, you always talked about it, so the oath you made to yourself at 40 needs completed. 23 years later, finally meeting the version of yourself you promised way back then. Said, Dad, we train together, starting again. 6 months, training daughter set in place. Every Saturday the same route, same embrace of the discomfort that we both were learning. 63 in lungs and knees were burning. She never pulled her head, just stayed beside me. Said, Dad, the point is not the time beside me. It's the point I almost argued, and I saw it. Every Saturday she chose this, I can't ignore it. Jazz piano plays for 63. Daughter running every mile with me. Not because she needed the training, just because she knew what I was gaining. Wasn't fitness, it was the complete of a promise. 23 years me, finally at a finish line together. Daughter knew before me all together. Crossing that finish line, she grabbed my hand, said, "Dad, you promised this, I understand why it took so long, but we got here." Said nothing, just the tears and standing near. The time at that marked the end of something. Started 40 years ago, the bluffing of I'll do it someday, finally over. 63 years old, October sober. Daughter framed the race bid Christmas morning. Said, "Dad, this belongs on the wall, no warning." Just the framing, 40 years of meaning compressed into one bib, one morning gleaming. But the time 6 hours 24. She said, "Dad, the time is not the score. The score is that you show my kids someday that their grandfather kept his word, okay?" Jazz piano plays for 63. Daughter running every mile with me. Not because she needed the training, just because she knew what I was gaining. Wasn't fitness, it was the complete of a promise. 23 years me, finally at a finish line together. Daughter knew before me all together. Race bib on the wall, 6 hours 24. Daughter's idea to frame it. Sick grandchildren, we'll ask about it someday. Said him Papa kept his word. 23 years late, still kept it. That's the story. That's the story. Diagnosed dyslexic, age of 8 letters. Moving on the page like living creatures better. Described as chaos, then as words to reading. Groups to special classes, always needed. Extra time for everything to label. Following me every year, unable to shake the reputation of the slower kid, the one who needed help the lower. Librarian Miss Voss said something Thursday. After school she found me in the first day of the week, got hidden in the stacks there. Said, "What are you reading in the back there?" Said nothing, she sat down and said, "I noticed something that the teachers might have missed the focus. Where you listen when someone reads aloud now. Have you tried the audiobooks?" I said, "How?" Piano plays for Miss Voss, Thursday stacks. Every audiobook, the cracks in the ceiling of the expectation built around the dyslexic station. I've been placed in Miss Voss, saw the reader, living in the listener, a deeper version of the kid the system labeled. Everything she gave me Thursday enabled. 53 books that year through headphones only. Miss Voss kept the list, said you're not lonely in this building anymore. You read more than the honest students through a different door. And now at 32 the irony is every book I write gets read to me first before it goes to print. The process started with Miss Voss, the Thursday promise. Dedicated first book to the librarian who found a dyslexic kid barbarian. To the written word and said, "Here, try this." Everything I am began with her list. Miss Voss came to the
of the expectation, built around the dyslexic station. I've been placed in Miss Voss, saw the reader, living in the listener, a deeper version of the kid the system labeled. Oh, everything she gave me Thursday enabled. First book dedicated to Miss Voss. She cried at the launch, said, I just showed you a different door. Said, Miss Voss, you are the only one who looked for one. 53 books that first year, through headphones, author now, same reader, different door.
And everyone decided what my ceiling was before I tried it. Sign language only, that's your word, they told me. Every limitation that they sold me came in forms of pity dressed as kindness. Said, son, we just want to protect you blindness to the possibility that different doesn't mean diminished or deficient. Music teacher Mrs. Park said something nobody else had thought to say worth something, which was that the deaf experience rhythm differently, not less she saw within them. Something worth pursuing, said the bass. Frequencies, the floor, the vibration space. Between the notes is where I live. She showed me how to feel what hearing people told me. Organ plays from Mrs. Park's classroom. Every frequency a different bassoon of sensation. Deaf percussion player, national champion, nobody's prayer. Had included me in the equation. Mrs. Park became the explanation of what happens when one person sees you past the limitation, tries to free you. Performed at Carnegie Hall at 22. Mr. Park front wrote the whole thing through. Felt the floor vibrate the way she showed me. 20 years since that first lesson, homies. Did every note through soul and sternum. Mr. Park retired, said I confirm everything I hoped when I first showed you. How to feel the floor, the music owed you. Standing ovation, felt it through my feet. Mrs. Park stood up, I felt the beat of 2,000 people rising slowly through the stage. Beneath me something holy, different from the ceiling they had built me. Every limitation that had filled me with the doubt dissolved in that vibration. Mrs. Park was right about the station. Organ plays from Mrs. Park's classroom. Every frequency a different bassoon of sensation. That percussion player, national champion, nobody's prayer. Had included me in the equation. Mrs. Park became the explanation of what happens when one person sees you past the limitation, tries to free you. Carnegie Hall, 22 years old. Mrs. Park front row. Felt 2,000 people stand through my feet, through the floor she showed me. 20 years earlier, she was right. The floor never lies. Still performing, still feeling every note exactly where she said it would be.
Graduation, yeah. High school dropped by the 16 working. Construction sites of education lurking. In the measurements, the angles, every blueprint teaching what the ordinary classroom never did because it stays. We're real wall that falls, somebody breaks a bone or worse, the math was suddenly the difference between safety and the ugly. Foreman P said, son, you read these drawings better than the engineers, the mornings. I showed up, he'd always find the harder problem, save it for me, said your father. Alone than you think without the paper, proving that he meant the piece of paper. Staying qualified, I had the knowledge. Pete says, son, you need to get to college. In peace mornings, save the hard blueprints without warnings. To me, like a test that never graded, just the confidence that never faded. In what I could do, Pete never doubted, even when the system had me routed. Somewhere else entirely, Pete kept saying, some of the paper's just the world's way of displaying. Yeah. Night school engineering 31. Pete came to graduation, said the son. Nobody in particular became something particular. He used my name, said I always knew it from the blueprint. Reading 16 years old, the movement of your eyes across the page was different. Said the ones who see it aren't deficient. Pete retired same year I graduated. Said the timing wasn't calculated, just worked out that way. I said, Pete, you're lying. Said maybe, said the point is you're not trying to read blueprints anymore, you're drawing. Then I said that shit doing, Pete said morning after morning, saving hard problems for the kid who solved them every column. Peace, peace, morning, save the hard blueprints without warnings. To me, like a test that never graded, just the confidence that never faded. In what I could do, Pete never doubted, even when the system had me routed. Somewhere else entirely, Pete kept saying, son, the paper's just the world's way of displaying. Pete came to graduation, said nothing, just shook my hand. Long handshake, said everything. 16 to 31, construction sites to engineering degree. Pete saved the hard blueprints every single morning for 15 years. Never told me why, didn't need to.
Oh, no. Yo, waitress, 16 years, the same restaurant. Every table, every regular, the constant smile that never showed a second job or the mortgage or the daughter's college door. She was saving toward the whole time serving. Place of food, the people never swerving from the standard that she set herself in 98 when she arrived there with the mighty small ambition of surviving first and building something stable, something worth the gilding of a life her daughter wouldn't have to start from scratch the way she had to. Daughter never knew the second job, the extra shift, the years of being robbed, the weekends just to stack the college fund. Said, mama, you worked too hard, she done. Still pan plate for 16 years of service. Every tip saved with a purpose. Nobody in that restaurant was knowing what each table's tip was going toward the daughter's first year tuition. Waitress made a quiet decision 16 years ago and kept it. Yeah. Every dollar, every tip, she swept it. Daughter's acceptance letter came on Friday. Mama read it on a break the my way. Celebrating was to finish out the shift and cry in the car without a doubt. The proudest moment of her life occurred in the parking lot at 11:33. Yeah, we're working in that restaurant. The shift still had an hour, but the constant pull of something bigger than the table she was serving made her able to walk back in and finish up the evening. Said nothing to the manager, just leaving when the shift was done the way she always did. For 16 years, the hallways of that restaurant, I watched her build it. Every ordinary night, she filled it. Still paying place for 16 years of service. Every tip saved with a purpose. Nobody in that restaurant was knowing what each table's
years ago and kept it. Yeah. Every dollar, every tip, she swept it. Daughter started college September. Mama still works the same restaurant, same table, same smile. Daughter asked her to quit, said, Mama, you've done all. She said, not yet. Said, there's a second one coming. Pointed out her stomach, same plan, same tables, starting again. Distorted violin plays for startup Tuesday. Priya's voice, the only thing that knew her way through the panic, through the 30-day horizon. Co-founders are the ones who keep on rising. Beside you, not above you, not below you. Just exactly level, always show you what you look like when the fear is talking. Priya kept on planning, kept on walking. 27 investor calls in 30 days. It goes a bridge round slightly dirty with the terms, but breathing room, we made it. Priya said I never once debated whether we would find a way, just which one. Said co-founder means we share the thick one, and the thin was 30 days. Now thick is everything that follows. Always 5 years later, company acquired everything we built exactly higher. But the future we had aimed at from that Tuesday call. Priya said imagine that if we had quit the Tuesday after, everything we built would just be chapter one of someone else's story. Instead, we became the ending. Priya said, distorted violin plays for startup Tuesday. Priya's voice, the only thing that knew her way through the panic, through the 30-day horizon. Co-founders are the ones who keep on rising. Beside you, not above you, not below you. Just exactly level, always show you what you look like when the fear is talking. Priya kept on planning, kept on walking. Acquisition closed on a Tuesday. Same day as the investor call. 5 years earlier, Priya noticed. He said, same day, different Tuesday. Same two people, different problem. Always the next approach, never the last one. That was always Priya. Still is.
Refugee status 2019 landed. Nothing in my pocket, nothing handed. To me by the country they receive me. Just a number and a case file, believe me. When I say the system is not cool, just indifferent, the bureaucratic pool just moves you through the stages of the process. Nobody's enemy, nobody's progress. A volunteer named Helen Tuesday language. Class she taught us English, every language. In the room was different, but the wanting of the words was universal haunting. Every session with a gap between the person that we were and what we mean. When we try to say it in a language built for someone else, the daily manage. Cora plays for Tuesday language classes. Helen writing words the time that passes. Differently when you are building something from the ground of zero. Every nothing becomes the possible when someone patient. the first worksheet. The connection between that Tuesday 0 and today is more than 3 years. Helen said the way you conjugated verbs that first October. Said you get here, I said it's not over. Helen laughed and said it never is. Said the language is just one quiz. In a longer test, she said the rest is everything you build once you possess the words to name it. Said you always had the knowledge, Helen, just a slightly sad reality of needing someone else's language first to reach your own bookshelves. Hold our place for Tuesday language class. Helen writing words the time that passed. Differently when you are building something from the ground to zero, every nothing becomes the possible when someone patient sits beside you every week adjacent to the struggle, not above it, Helen knew the difference that was her compelling. Helen still volunteers on Tuesdays. Different students, same room. Visited last month. She was teaching the same first worksheet. Said some things work, no reason to change them. Same worksheet, different futures. Every Tuesday, still building. Yeah. Yeah. And still within. Yeah. 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 Night school Tuesday, Thursday, 44 years old. 3 kids at home, wife working every household. Bill divided carefully between 2 incomes. Neither one enough to math, that never comes. Out clean, decided any way to finish what I started at 18 before the diminish of the circumstances pulled me from the classroom. 26 years later, back inside that same room. Professor asked us introduce ourselves that evening. Said I'm 44, I'm here and I'm believing. Still that what I started should get finished. Younger students quiet, nothing diminished. In the room just recalibrated slightly. Every one of them that semester nightly stayed a little longer than required. Said the 44-year-old had inspired. Trumpet plays for Tuesday night school hallways. 44 and showing up always. When the easier path was staying comfortable. Wife at home said, go the unsurmountable. Becomes the ordinary when you started. Every Tuesday, Thursday, never parted. From the seat I claimed beside the window. 26 years late, but still within the... Yeah. Yeah. Graduation, youngest kid sat front row. 8 years old and didn't fully know what the ceremony meant, just knew that Papa had been studying and through the Tuesday, Thursday, something building. Wife said, children, watch your father gilding ordinary evenings into something worth the watching, worth the becoming. Youngest asked me why I went to school now. Said Papa was still learning, said the fool now. Life requires the finishing of starting. Every incomplete deserves the pardon. Into completion, kid looked at me simply. Said, okay, Papa, can I come with me to the next thing? I said, what next thing? Said, I don't know yet, but you'll need everything. Trumpet plays for Tuesday night school hallways. 44 and showing up always. When the easier path was staying comfortable. Wife at home said, go the unsurmountable. Becomes the ordinary when you started. Every Tuesday, Thursday, never parted. From the seat I claimed beside the window. 26 years late, but still within the... Youngest sat front row, graduation. 8 years old, clapped the loudest. Said, Papa, now what? Said, I don't know yet. Said, good, me neither. Let's find out together. 26 years late, right on time. competitive swimmer, 20 years, and suddenly the shoulder surgery that changed everything. 8 months at the water, body restless. Everyone is staring at the ceiling, breathless. With the absence of the thing that built me, every identity the water filled me. What was gone? The lane, the clock, the training, just the slinging, just the slowly waning. Physione David said week 12 now, you could walk the pool deck. Tell me how it feels to be near it, that's that awful. Said that's honest to the most unlawful thing we do. The athletes pretend the sport is just a sport, it's not the end of a hobby, it's the loss of language. Said your body spoken water managed, violent place for the pool deck walking. David found the words for what I'm talking about for 20 years but couldn't name it. Water was my language, he could frame it. 8 months out, and finally someone said the loss is real, not just a numbing. Quiet grief for someone who should just move on. It was legitimate, the trust. 14 months total than the first lap. Back in water, something in me snapped. In the place, not the old place, somewhere different. 20 years of water bear. Man, I'm gonna stay connected now. The clock irrelevant somehow. The lane's still mine, but just the being in the water was the freeing. David said the goal was never getting back to competition, just to letting water be the language that it always was for you, but quieter the hallways. Every elite performance goes behind you. Water doesn't have to be what finds you worthy anymore. He said just swim for what it always was before the gym. Violent place for the pool that walking. David found the words for what I'm talking about for 20 years but couldn't name it. Water was my language, he could frame it. 8 months out, and finally someone said the loss is real, not just a numbing. Quiet grief for someone who should just move on. It was legitimate, the trust. Still swim every morning. No clock, no lane assignment, just water. David said that's the whole point. 20 years of swimming for the clock, now swimming for the water. Different relationship, same pool, better.